Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, Here I have created a new project, I have run it on Chrome. This is my main method, the app which is running over here. So I'm going to create a list item first. Here in component folder, I'll create a new file. Here I'll name it list item. It will hold format for any list item. Okay, so here RSF is a shortcut for basic code. If I enter it, it will generate another code for me. Let me remove the div, and here I'll create a list item. First, I'll create a view, and will be importing from React Native. Okay, here I'll style it is inline. Let me give it flex to 1 and a flex direction of row. Okay, let me go down and push it right back. So here the first thing I want to show the image of a list item. So here I'll import an image tag. It will automatically be imported from React Native. It has some properties like source. Here what source should I give it? Here, if you see the props for list item function, let me destructure this prop into some other props, like the first one will be name. Okay, sorry, my PC is going slow. The second one should be title, so it should be a title and description and an image. Okay, so these four properties will be used. Here I'll give a source of from that image. Okay, and let me style it. Its width should be 70 pixels. Also, the height should also be 70 pixels because we need a square image, and its border radius, because we want it round, so border radius should be of 50%. Save it, and after the image I'll import a new view here, view. Okay, this view will contain the name, the title, and a description. So I'm going to style it equal to this. First I have to take a text component. Take this text component in which I'll place first one is the name. Sorry, my PC is going to be so slow. The next text component should be, if you click this option, it will automatically import the text component from the React Native, so I'm going to click it. It has imported it, and in the next text I'm going to place a title, and in the last one it should be an description. Let me take a text component again, and here I'm going to place the let me change this name to an email. Okay, so I place the email right here. So our text component is ready. Let me style it. The name should be a little bigger than all the other fields, so style it in font size. Font size should be 20 pixels. Okay, let me copy this code in every of, and this one should be a little smaller. Let me give it 13 pixels, and this one of 10 pixels. So the list item is completed. Here the image will be placed, and all the three information will be placed right here. So after that, I'm going to create a messaging list. So in the screens I'm going to create a new file by name messages screen.js. Okay, let me generate the auto code by typing rsf, and it will automatically import basic code for me. Here I'm going to use a FlatList component of the React Native. So FlatList. If I click this option, it will automatically import the FlatList from its React Native. Let me close it, and it has basically three props. The first one is data. Data should be an array. After that, it needs a key extractor. Which should be a function. It should be a function. Let me first define the data on the top of this page. Constant. Let me call it initial messages. Okay, it will be equal to an array in which I'll use some objects. Right here, the first parameter should be ID, and the second one should be name, which is let me give it my own name, SOHAIP. The third one should be title. Title should be software engineer. Okay, after that, let me give it an email, and my own email, like f18 bse414@cylaho.edu.pk. And at the last, it should require an image, which should be let me pass it in a require function. It will require collision path of my image. I've imported one picture in assets. Here I have created a folder on my own name, and this picture should be placed right here. So the message screen is in the screen folder. So let me go up one directory by putting two dots. After that, I'm in a root directory, so I'll select assets. After that, in asset it says Suhaib's pics, and after that I'm going to type image name blake.jpg. Okay, now let me copy this object a few times, 2, 3, and we'll give this let me call it Romeo Hake, and it should be white height hiker. That's it. Email should be Romeo Hike at the rate of gmail.com, and the picture I'm using the same. For the third one, let me change this ID, and so I have created these three objects, and let me use the FlatList. The data should be the initial messages. Okay, after that I'm going to give it a function. The function should take a parameter, let's call it message, and an arrow function, and initial, sorry, it should contain message.id. Let me convert it to string. So we have a function to convert it into a string. It's a to string. Okay, so our extractor is also done. After that, I'm going to give it a last parameter. It's a render item. The render item, it should equal to this arrow function. Okay, arrow function here. I'll destructure it and we'll give it a name of item, and this should be an arrow function. This arrow function will contain the screen we have created. This list item will be put here. List item. Okay, and this will be, as we have created that it contains few props. Let me check it once again. The name, title, image, and an email. So let's provide it. The first one is the name equal to the item dot name. The second one is the title. This should equal to item dot title. The third one is email. Email equal to item dot is providing image. This image should be the image provided by this item, which will be caged from these objects. Okay, so let's place it item dot image. Okay, awesome. Our screen is finished. Let's import it in our main file. Let's delete this all code and copy the messages screen. Let's render the messages screen right here, and it will automatically import the screen. Let's run it on a browser and check the result. Yes, so we have three list items. If we see that this looks a little bad, so let's go to its design in the list item and give it padding of vertical, let's say 5. Okay, let's refresh it and let's see what's happening here. Okay, so it's working. It places a little space between these list items. So this was the video just to show that how to create a list item. And here, if we can say that we can see that there's no space between the image and the content right here. So let's place a little styling here. Let's give it a little margin of left. Let's say 5. Save the file and reload the app. See the its result. Yes, here it has been added. The space between the image and the content has been added, so it looks awesome. Okay.
The time is
that,
11 o'clock p.m.
After that, we are going to include a button here, or to swipe it to the left, and a button appears of delete. If you click that button, the item should be deleted. Let's see it in the next video. Thank you.